The last time that the Florida Panthers and the Montreal Canadiens met, it didn't end so well.
The victory 4-2 over the Panthers. Oh, Nico Mikkola.
Hey, what's going on?
Shots are positioning defensively. Fresh.
But this was just a couple of days ago. They kind of left on a to be continued note. So what are we going to see tonight? What kind of game is this going to be? Well, it's a big one. So let's talk about it.
Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Come on, get your hot dogs.
All right, this one is huge. Lots of implications with this one. They're all big, but this one feels bigger, doesn't it? It's because we're winding down. There's like, what, after this 8 games left? And as I'm recording this video, the Ottawa Senators are losing against the Buffalo Sabres, while the Columbus Blue Jackets are definitely going to beat the Nashville Predators. The Islanders are going down against the Lightning. And the hot streak that the Blues are on, I can't imagine the Red Wings winning. So at the end of the night, are the Habs going to be getting closer to Ottawa? Or is Columbus going to be tying for points? Man, I can't take this. You know what I can take is more subscribers. If you're watching this video, maybe it's your first time here. I would love to have you as part of this community. I focus on Montreal Canadiens content primarily, but I do all sorts of stuff. I'd really love to have you. And if you're already subscribed, just hit that like button and comment below. It helps me out with the algorithm-y stuff. So we got to start where we always start. Faut faire la formation de départ. Our forwards, notre attaquant. Is that close enough? We got Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Heineman, Newhook, Line, Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Zeta, Evans, Armia. Notre défenseur, our defenseman, Matheson, Carrier, Goulet, Hutson, Struble, Savard, and finally, notre gardien, our goalie, is Montembeault for tonight. So nothing's changed. It's the same thing. I question the Pizzetta move. I question it a little bit. You're going to soak 5 minutes out of this guy. That means that the other forwards are going to have to do the extra duty. But does anybody have any strong understanding why they choose to do this? Instead of giving, Joshua Roy 10, 11 minutes, Owen Beck 10, 11 minutes. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into the game. So the pregame starts. They're just absolutely pumping Suzuki's tires, saying how he's an incredible player, plays hard against Barkov, and often has Barkov's number. And the puck drops. Habs are generating chances early. Gallagher gets an opportunity, high slot, sends a rocket in, but he didn't put it where he wanted. Then we see Hutson doing Hutson things, juking his competition, making it look easy. Then the villain of the game, Mikkola, puts one on Monty. He gets some feedback from the Canadiens. After that, we see something kind of scary. Nico Sturm gets hurt when running into his teammate Greer. Hope he's okay. He never returned. It's obviously a head thing. It's probably just concussion protocol. But that's not good, getting your brain box rocked around like that. Hope he's okay. Then we see Matheson looking for Slav, backdoor, and all these chances, all these opportunities. Finally, Montreal strikes first.
Moskevich back on the puck. Here's Hudson. He'll collect. Lane Hutson quickly for Goulet towards the net. Tip. Score! Deflection!
Josh Anderson tipped in. Hudson gets it to Goulet. Goulet puts it in front, and great tip by Anderson. Hudson definitely generated this play. His brilliance is like on display every night. I don't want to pump his tires too hard, but I mean, just watch the rest of this game. We now see Florida trying to respond, but the Habs are doing okay defensively. Goulet and Samasevich go into the boards, but both are fine, thankfully. And the pressure in the Montreal zone pays off, kind of.
Don't want to give up 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, but if you defend them like that, you'll be okay.
Mikkola towards the net, score!
Mikkola, oh my gosh, of course it's him. He makes it 1-1, a bad bounce off of Evans. Monty is already committed to going the other way with it. It's a heartbreaker. Then Greer, are you kidding me? Greer puts one in.
Samoskevich up top. Balinskis, wrist shot up the post, score!
2-1 for Florida. But wait, it looks like he kicks this one in. They review it. Yes, in fact, it is. There is distinct kicking motion, so this one's not going to count. Still 1-1, and that's the end of the first period. 11-5 for shots from Montreal. Montreal did really well in this first period. They set the tone. This is what I'd like to see. They drop the puck in the second. Reinhardt puts one on Monty. And then we see the Habs go the other way with noted sniper David Savard. He gets up the slot, puts one on Vanacek, but doesn't find the back of the net. Montembeault's doing solid in net. We see him put up a big kick save. And then Barkey goes to the box. They were in the offensive zone. They were really cooking at this part of the game. That's not common of Barkov, but he basically trips Caulfield here. Montreal goes on the power play, but it doesn't click. But they do put the Florida Panthers in the pressure cooker for a while. So Savard couldn't do it in the slot. How about Caulfield?
Whiskeylung, Suzuki, Caulfield, in, shoots, and right into the crowd.
No, man, Caulfield. Caulfield has a hard time this game. He gets hit a couple times too. Then we see Heineman get his stick in the feet of Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes down. He's going to draw a penalty. And then on the penalty kill, Evans goes up ice. He is followed by Jones. Jones loses him, but Jones gets his arms around him, gets his mitts up into Evans' hands, and puts his stick across Evans' leg. No call on this. This looked like a turning point, and I was really upset with the refs for this one, because what would happen is, still on the power play, Florida would score again.
Digs the puck free, up for Jones. Minute 20 to go in the power play. Samoskevich shoots, deflected, score!
Makes it 2-1. Really a weak one here, but again, it gets deflected in front of Monty while he's going the other way. Monty was like on high sense pro mode, like he needed to be, but he needed to be a little bit patient with these fluky shots. These were lucky shots that were getting in. You know, you can't get really mad at that. So immediately after that heartbreaking goal, Slav gets sent to the box for essentially the same thing that Seth Jones got away with. He got his stick up into the hands, but it wasn't like flagrant or nothing. Like, it didn't even affect the play. Martin St. Louis, like, are you kidding me? Then as the period is winding up, Bennett shoots one after the buzzer. Is he trying to drag up the hurt from Mikkola? There's some roughing going on, and Bennett's gonna get a penalty here. So we're gonna go into the third period. Slav is still in the box. Bennett is still in the box. Oh, I forgot to mention, Barkov went to the bench in some amount of pain, but returns for the third period. So a little bit of 4-on-4 action. And I think that Florida looks sharper on this. And we see Laine has to take a penalty on Barkov. This might have been actually after they killed the penalties. Barkov was in all alone, and luckily Laine came in to save the day, honestly. Laine was good. I have to shout out Laine. He was good this game. Defensively, I think that's what matters the most. So they go on to kill that penalty. And I was sure Gouli was going to score going the other way after the penalty is expired. Not long after that, Bennett trips Anderson. So they're back to the power play again. Laine gets into his office, gets his shot, but no bueno. Then we see Suzuki gifting one to Newhook. But Newhook says, I already have a couple of those. Do you want it back? And the shot gets eaten up. Time is winding down. Montreal empties their net. With about 20 seconds of the game left, Montreal gets called for icing. They're facing off in their zone. Montembeault returns back to net. Fans are leaving, and I don't blame them. This one looks like it's all but settled. But then...
Bench again. Extra tacker out again. Hutson at the line towards the net. Rebound! Score!
Suzuki makes it 2-2 with the final seconds. I think there was 8 seconds left on the clock. Hutson puts a shot on net as a Hail Mary, and Suzuki's just waiting there. It was poetic. The Bell Center is erupting.
Force overtime at the Bell Center.
The third ends. We need more in OT. With that goal and with that assist, Suzuki beats his personal record, and Hutson passes Chris Chelios for most assists in a rookie year. Absolutely bonkers. This team is giving me goosebumps. So we're headed to OT, and it's Suzuki, Hutson, and Devo to start. Not surprisingly, Devo heads off, Caulfield heads on. Caulfield looks for some opportunities. He's looking for an open door or an open window that he can sneak in through. He draws a couple of players on him, is able to drop it off to Suzuki, and this is one of the greatest endings that I've ever seen.
Nick Suzuki, round try, Suzuki, OT winner! Unbelievable!
Just mind-blowing, insane. It sounded so loud in there. I wish I had been there. I couldn't believe this. I've got people messaging me that they're literally crying. Like, this was fantastic. I feel like I could stay up all night. It was an incredible game, incredible ending. Nick Suzuki is just, like, in some ways I compare him to Barkov, and he's still so young. But his intelligence, his game sense is incredible. Everybody chipped in this game. Monta and Bo finished like high 900s. So obviously 2.0 goals against average, and save percentage was 926. They put 27 shots on him. So that's great. Gooley is huge. A huge boost to the team to have him on the team right now. Hutson, just a phenom, making the team so much better, giving them the opportunity to get this far. Josh Anderson still bringing all the energy and physicality that he's been bringing. Newhook can bring it into the zone. He can get it there. He just needs to finish it. Mike Matheson was defensively sound tonight. And although he is not generating plays like what Hutson would do, he did manage to, set up some plays in the zone a little bit there. I mean, they look so good. This is the defending Stanley Cup champions. They should be able to do anything. So it just keeps going from here. It gets more and more exciting. Who are we facing next? Our old rivals, the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins are down and out, but they're not down and out. They can still, they still have claws. I would love to see them just put on a clinic against Boston. So that's on Thursday. And then we play again against the Philadelphia Flyers on Saturday. That should be an interesting one. Mishkov has been on fire, and they got that new head coach boost. That's going to do it for me, guys. It is getting late. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for your support. This has just been fantastic recently. I've just had so much success on YouTube. Love you guys for it. I really appreciate you so much. And we're going to keep it going because you know what? You need to like this video. It helps me out with, I don't even know, something or other. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You've watched this much of the video. Why not subscribe? And as always, I will see you down below in the comments.